Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. I'm sure y'all have seen this on social media of the pregnant woman at the hospital in Dallas, Texas, on the verge of giving birth. And the people in the hospital are just treating her very nonchalantly, very uncaringly. And she's sitting there begging for help. She's in pain. And she's just sitting there at her computer typing like this is just, just like it's a nosebleed. And I have wanted to talk about this, but sometimes these stories are just a little bit too painful for me. So it takes time for me to get myself together to just talk about it because I cannot fathom somebody seeing another person in pain like this, begging for help, and just sitting there asking mundane questions, just like, she's not even a human being. So this has been very disturbing. The story has gone viral, and people have been following up on it. Now, somebody came back and reported that the nurse, this lady, I don't know if she's a nurse or a receptionist, and the doctor had been fired. But then I saw another post where they had not been fired. So I did some digging to see exactly what was going on because this is just egregious. It's just this, it's uncivilized. It's uncivilized to treat another human being like this, especially in a public hospital. According to Black Enterprise, the staff at Dallas Regional Medical Center who delayed care for a pregnant woman in active labor have faced public outrage, legal scrutiny, and calls for accountability. The family has retained high-profile civil rights attorneys, and state officials have met with hospital leadership. However, as of now, there is no public record of individual staff being fired or disciplined. The matter is being pursued through lawsuits and investigations. Now, you can bet they've had a meeting at that hospital and something has been done because this is terrible publicity for that hospital. So what happened is that a TikTok video showed a Black woman in labor at Dallas Regional Medical Center being left in the waiting area while staff asked routine check-in questions. She was reportedly in severe pain and not admitted promptly. Now I have the video, and I'll put the video in the comment section if I can remember it. And you will remind me, and I'll put it in there if I do forget. But she is clearly in pain and telling the woman she's in pain. And her mother is recording it and asking the nurse or whatever she was, do y'all treat everybody like this or is it just Black people? Because there have been numerous reports about Black women not being treated professionally when they're in the hospital in labor, ready to give birth. People are angry at us for a number of reasons, but Black women don't have a problem getting pregnant. Now, naturally, some Black women have fertility issues. I'm not trying to downplay that, but the low birth rate is not a national crisis in Black America at this moment. And Black people are not panicking about low birth rates. White people are. So they get upset. I think that's a part of it. Getting upset because Black women are coming up here having babies when they get ready and they are struggling. So that's a part of it. But the systemic racism that's built into the American medical care system has been there from way back when. Black women were literally used as guinea pigs to experiment on surgery and medications to treat white women, but Black women's bodies were being used. So this is not new. But anyway, going on, the woman's mother said staff prioritized paperwork over urgent care, forcing her daughter to wait despite contractions being minutes apart. Can you imagine that? Her water broke, her contractions are minutes apart, and she's still sitting there doing paperwork. The video went viral with millions of views, sparking outrage over racial disparities in maternal care and hospital negligence. The family has hired a prominent civil rights law firm to represent them. Lawsuits are being prepared against the hospital. Texas State Representative Retta Bowers met with hospital officials demanding accountability and systemic changes. The hospital CEO issued an apology acknowledging failure in care. However, no specific disciplinary measures against individual staff have been publicly announced. The case is still under review, with legal teams and state officials pressing for answers. Staff consequences may emerge as lawsuits progress. One of the excuses that they gave for this poor treatment, this woman just sitting there typing on a computer and asking questions, is that they didn't have an available bed at that time. But still, she was sitting there in an office. She wasn't even on a gurney or anything, getting any attention from medical staff. So there's no excuse for that. Now, here comes the critical part. What can Black women do to ensure that they receive the best care when they go to a hospital in labor ready to give birth? Black women need to take proactive steps to safeguard their care during labor by building a strong support system, advocating for themselves, and choosing hospitals with accountability measures in place. Having a partner, family member, or doula present can help amplify concerns if staff are slow to respond. Doulas are especially effective in bridging communication gaps and ensuring respectful treatment. And this is something that I would strongly urge for Black women. Even if you're going to go into a hospital to give birth, it would still help to have a doula on hand. Doulas can actually help you give birth at home. They know how the birthing process works, and they know the professional language that needs to be used when a woman is in labor. When you're bringing a baby into this world, that baby deserves the best journey into this world that you can give him or her. And only you can make that happen. So you have to advocate for yourself and for your baby. You choose the right doctor. You choose a hospital with transparency reports. If they have a reputation for Black women coming to that hospital and dying or having all these complications after giving birth, then you need to pick another hospital. And you need to identify problems when they occur. You don't need to wait until you go to the hospital in labor to advocate. You need to do that on the front end. Your doctor needs to have hospital visitation rights. There needs to be a doula or a midwife. And naturally, you need family support, like a husband or your mother or your sister, your cousin or somebody. But you need to prepare for your birthing process before you go into labor. Your baby deserves better, and you do too. Now, this hospital behaved horribly towards this patient, and those people might be disciplined. But so what? She still suffered a traumatic experience. Because the reality is, you can't do anything about other people's behavior, but you can do something about yours. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about this video and have a good day.